You very well could be being spiritually attacked. Spiritual attacks are not funny. They're not cute. It's not something you do to your boo when you're mad. They can really affect the trajectory of your entire life. Let's talk about what a spiritual attack is. So, spiritual attack is when someone is intentionally trying to affect your mental well-being, the trajectory of your life, affect your destiny. Someone is trying to disrupt your life or a group of people's life. You can do spell work on more than one person at a time. Basically, you're interfering with somebody's free will and limiting their choices. God doesn't like ugly. So let's put a disclaimer out before we even get into it. The weapons form, but they don't prosper. All right? That's number one. Number two, sometimes nobody is sending you spell work. Nobody. Sometimes it's your own spirit guides just trying to wake your ass up. Okay? Because you're about to mess up the lineage, or you're involved with people who can mess up your lineage and they're trying to wake you up. Sometimes it's the consequences of your own actions. Sometimes it's karma. It's your guilt. It's sometimes people do something as small as refusing to apologize. They disrupted somebody's life. They created an unjust situation and they don't want to rectify and make it a justice. So, yeah. No one has to do spell work for you to reap what you sow. Also, naturally, it could just be a backfire. If you sent out energy towards someone, if you spoke ill in any way towards someone, it can come back naturally. Let's get into the ways people attack you. Sometimes it's the traditional root work, jar work, graveyard work, love spells, freezer spells, burning candles. There's something called a distance-induced spell, a breakup spell. Mystic Marie _92 talks about this in a Capricorn reading. I advise you to watch her channel. She talks about this in a Capricorn reading where she's talking about a distance-induced spell. It's where the breakup looks supernatural. You know, oh, me and my partner, we love each other. We actually get along very well and it's very loving. We just couldn't make it work, you know. We were so happy, but we just couldn't make it work. Or I just feel like I need to focus and work on myself. Even though this person definitely makes you happier and life is easier with them. Now, granted, this is not me telling you to go get your ex back, okay? If spell work worked on that person to where they went back to their past, or even not, if they just left you alone and went towards something else, if the spell work was receptive to that person and it worked, something else would have worked on them, if not the spell work. This is not me telling you to go get your ex back, okay, baby? Believe me, don't set yourself up for that. All right, other methods. The old school dolls. Shout out to my Haitians. There is mixing herbs, using your secretions, using your belongings, your picture. So no one is exempt from spell work. Spell work can be done on anybody. That backfire can be done on anybody too. Lying to a spiritualist or somebody you have a spiritual connection with. Some people get into this thing of like running to abuela, Tia, my life's going to shit right now. I told this girl I didn't want to be with her, and now all of a sudden nothing's going right. Oh, not my mijo, not my mia. And now you got a whole gang, a crazy gang of family members ready to attack you because of what somebody said and them not telling the full story. Sometimes people are crazy enough to hire multiple spiritualists on you. They'll go hire an Etsy witch, a Twitter witch, a TikTok witch, and go tell Abuela. All at the same time. All at the same time. Okay? Don't underestimate an envious person. This is why jealousy and envy shouldn't be around you. Not even the small stuff. No, we don't do that. Somebody meditating or just speaking negatively, that goes without saying, that's evil eye. Somebody lurking on your social media, knowing that they don't like you. All evil eye, all spiritual warfare. Okay? Another disclaimer. Pattern recognition, discernment. Don't make yourself paranoid. Don't make yourself paranoid. Why would you want to think somebody is attacking you? There are groups of people that get off on thinking that people are attacking them. Victim mentality. Yuck. But there are people that get off on thinking people are attacking them. Do not feed into your paranoia. And the best way to not do that is by spending time alone. Doing shadow work, crying to release, helping you release from that trauma. Shadow work, journaling, learning your body, learning yourself, trusting yourself. And you can only do that when you don't have any other noise around you. So that will lead you to have a strong instinct with oneself. You are going to be a powerhouse because you had to do it all alone. The people that are alone, those are the people to really be scared of, to be honest. But that is how you avoid paranoia and you really figure out, is this spell work being sent to me? Is this my own karma? Is this the consequences of my own actions? Is this my spirit guides trying to alert me that I'm about to do something that I shouldn't do? Or I'm involved with people that I shouldn't be involved with? Or is this just simply ascension symptoms? Symptoms for my elevation, because you do get those symptoms too. Let's get into the signs that you're being attacked. This first one will apply to ascension symptoms or spiritual attacks. Body aches, lightheadedness, tension headaches, nausea. This goes without saying. This is occurring because you don't have any ailment. You're not pregnant. There's nothing going on. No medical issues. You didn't start taking a new medication. There's nothing going on that this should be happening. That's a part of pattern recognition, discernment. When this applies to you, it can be a sign of somebody spiritually attacking you. It could also be a sign of spiritual ascension. So, learn yourself. Body overheating consistently. Hasn't happened before. This is happening without reason. No reason your body should be overheating. You're with your body every single day, and it wasn't doing this before. Now all of a sudden, every single day, your body is just overheated. You're having dreams of being chased, being harmed, being beaten, being unalived. Yeah, girl, somebody's sending that woo. Making careless mistakes that aren't like you. So consistently making a mistake where you know better and you know that it's not like you. And that's not something that you would ever do. And you just know yourself well enough. Like, this is not a mistake that I would make. I don't know what's getting into me. Especially if you've prayed, you've made a conscious effort to let me meditate, let me go within, let me ground myself. Maybe I'm just out of whack. Nervous system being out of whack. Doing the grounding work, the meditation, and can't get your nervous system in balance. Yeah, that's another sign. Bad luck, misfortune, things going wrong that just don't ever go wrong. Like, this just doesn't happen to me, especially not consistently like this. Signs. Glass breaking. A lot of people know about this. If someone comes to your home, they leave your home, and say that night or that next day or the next few days after you break glass, don't ever invite that person to your house. Sometimes glass will break and you didn't have anybody at your house, but you were on your phone. Multiple people at a time or people back to back provoking you. Provoking spirits. Spiritual warfare at its finest. People trying to get a rise, trying to get a reaction out of you. People negging you, saying insults in a friendly or a joking manner. People manifesting you, intentionally pursuing you just to humble you. Yeah, that's spiritual warfare, and you need to get that fuck shit away from you. Getting rejections from multiple people or from all angles. Say that you know you have an impeccable resume and you never get rejected from a job, and you interview very well, and you're applying for jobs that this job isn't high enough to be rejecting me. No offense. Just say you know how your life goes. You know what you bring to the table. You know what you offer, and you know how things usually go for you. Sometimes it can be a sign that someone's sending something towards you to block you or stop you, or some type of freezer spell, some type of delay work. Seeing your social media metrics change. So you see your numbers are at one set, your views are looking like this. You go back, now all of a sudden your views are less. Random skin outbreaks, acne, hair thinning, scalp issues. I'm going to take that as a confirmation. Scalp issues, gaining weight, getting random hunger spells. And it's not, again, this is coming without reason. You didn't just try a new strand of marijuana and now all of a sudden, because baby, that's why you have hunger spells. I'm talking about you have no reason that this should be happening, and randomly you're getting crazy hunger spells. Paranoia, your fear seems to be heightened. You keep having thoughts about unaliving yourself. You keep having thoughts of fear-based situations when normally you're pretty optimistic. Knowing yourself is the only way to know if this stuff applies to you. Okay, really knowing yourself. Difficulty breathing. Health issues when you're fairly healthy. And you don't get medical scares, like ever. Like you never go to the hospital. You never have to go to the ER. You're fairly healthy and getting just random health scares. Yeah. Catching yourself in long dazes, being spaced out, and this is abnormal to you or to your schedule. Your sex drive being affected. Yes, people do spell work on your sexual organs. Sometimes ladies will make sure that the man that they don't want to leave them, that their man doesn't salute anymore. Or that, you know, for the men that are pretty envious of women, that the girl that left them, their pool doesn't fill up anymore. Their pool doesn't get wet anymore. People do this. And the best way to kind of find out if it's you, like if this is work being sent to you, go watch some PORN and see what happens. Watch your faves. Watch your faves. Watch a category you really love. And if the same thing applies, like it's not, then maybe there's something else going on. But if you're fine in a private session with your PORN, somebody is mad at you, okay? Honorable mention, throwing up out of nowhere. Your body can indeed reject spell work. And it will tell you when somebody is trying to do something to you. Put it where it fits. Don't apply this to you and it doesn't apply. But I have indeed thrown up randomly, and it was crazy. At the same time as I'm throwing up, I'm outside in my car. I have to hurry up and open up the car door. The lights on the apartment building that I'm parked in front of are solid lights. I lived in this apartment building. So the lights are just solid. They just show the number of the building. The lights start flickering as I'm throwing up. But they were just solid before then, and they're solid after. But they were flickering like some Stranger Things kind of shit. Flickering while I'm throwing up. My body was rejecting a binding spell. Specifically for me, I know someone was trying to bind me to them or bind me to a spirit, and my body was rejecting it. You got to know how this applies for you and if it even applies to you, okay? Let me know if any of this resonates with you guys. I want you to stay safe, and most importantly, know that God is within you, baby, okay? So you cannot fail, period.